a long time ago, there was an island in the tropics. And on this island, there was a dark side. And on the dark side, there was a graveyard. And in that graveyard, every night, just at midnight, the earth would begin to shake. And an evil hand would burst forth from its grave. And then another evil hand would burst out of the grave. Or a sword, or both. And then an evil torso would pull its evil self up out of the grave. And that evil character was...
the Ghost General!
And he was the leader of all the evil characters on the island. And every night he would be the first one awake. And he would be annoyed because...
it's time to rise and shine and...
wake up!
wake up!
And when he stopped his evil feet, the rest of the graves would begin to shake. Evil hands would shoot out of their graves. Then more evil hands. And then the evil torsos of the rest of the evil villains would crawl up from the earth. There was the...
werewolf!
And...
the ghost puppy dog!
And...
the mailman's dog.
And every night, the evil general would have to remind his evil friends of what they were working for every single night. He would tell them all.
We have been working on trying to blow up the force field and make the whole world dark forever.
Yes, you see, there was a temple on the good side of the island, and inside that temple there was a magic crystal, and if it was destroyed, all light in the universe would be extinguished. And so they had been saving up all their evil powers to break down that force field. But they all had different ideas of what would be best to use to destroy it. The werewolf said...
how about we make something as ugly as your head? Well, excuse me, I'm so quite gorgeous!
Yes.
Give me back my legs.
So, the general asked for another suggestion.
Ghost, what do you think?
How about cat bones to shoot across the force field and then one store in the sun so it can burn?
That would be dumb because one thing, you will not have any more cat bones, and second thing, the force field would not blow up.
So, the general told them what they should indeed use to destroy the force field. He said,
we should make a bow and arrow, but without the arrow, we would have a missile.
yes, but the zombie thought all of this was nonsense. He didn't see why they even needed to break the force field in the first place. He'd been working for the past decade to...
dig under the force. I'm digging under the force field, not making a silly weapon that we're gonna destroy, and I'm gonna get under the force field first.
Oh, the general thought them were fighting words, so he decided he'd make a little wager with the zombie. He said,
Okay, let's make a deal. If I win, you will give me $10 million.
Well, if I win, you'll give me 50 brains.
Okay, deal.
so even though it was a dead hand, they had shook on it and the bet was on. So the general told his evil friends to hurry up and went to go work on his evil weapon.
Let's go!
And away they went. And the zombie, determined to win his delicious 50 brains, started digging. And as he dug, he talked about what he would use his winnings for.
I'm gonna get brains, spaghetti, brain rizzoli, and brain ring pops, and brain rizzoli and brain.
But as he was daydreaming about delicious brains, under the earth, he ran into something dark and red and hard, and he wondered to himself,
what is that thing?
so he kicked it. And when he did,
I'm Eclipse the dragon, and you made me grumpy.
she turned around and she told him never ever again to wake her up.
Don't do that again.
And then she decided to go back to sleep. But the zombie was a hard-headed type, and he needed to get past, so he decided,
I'm gonna kick your ass again.
and when he did, Eclipse stood up in a fury, and she blew fire in his face. The zombie lit on fire! But soon he remembered what he had learned in school. Eclipse was very frustrated. She'd never met such a silly zombie. And when he brushed himself off from the fire, he asked her why she was being so mean to him.
Why do that?
And Eclipse explained,
Because you made me angry, and I thought maybe just because I fell asleep 1,000 million years ago doesn't mean I'm still not tired.
and so she told the zombie,
Do not kick me.
and the zombie said that he wouldn't, but he explained he really needed to get past.
I need to get past because I'm digging under the forest field, and the other bad guys were.
Tell her what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to get on the other side of the force field, and the other bad guys won't get there. Well, I'll get there before them because they were just making a silly weapon.
The dragon pretended not to care, and she told the zombie,
Go do what you want. Go do it. Go.
and
Now.
she watched as the zombie left. But as soon as he was gone, she turned around. She was very distressed. She knew the zombie was up to no good, and she, in fact, was not evil. She was good. She said,
That was the zombie. If he's digging under the force field, that must mean they're trying to destroy the crystal. I have to go tell the princess. The warrior princess. Well, I almost forgot my gem. Would have died out in that light, since I am a lunar dragon.
And so, protected by her magic gem, off went Eclipse the lunar dragon to warn the macaw advisor, who at this very moment was exercising a great deal of courage and trying to face her greatest fear, which was...
Right. I'm going to learn today. I've never learned to. The clouds, I hear from the other macaws that they help you get more sleep. The mangoes in the tops of the trees are always the ripest. Okay.
And she flapped her wings, but she couldn't quite get off the ground, and right as she was about to, in came... Eclipse! And she scared her!
I'm not gonna eat you. You're way too feathery.
But the macaw asked what she was doing there.
Now what are you
The
doing?
zombie is digging into the force field, obviously trying to get rid of the crystal and let them go over to the good side. So let's go tell the princess, or else I actually may eat you.
Okay then. I mean, if the crystal is destroyed, it seems it's all light. I will never be able to see where I'm flying. And on second thought,
You can't exactly fly.
I know that, but on second thought, I am the princess's advisor. I must go tell her. Come on, come on.
And so away they flapped.
Okay, you're not lifting off the ground.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, there was the...
Warrior princess.
and her very best friend, the...
Warrior fairy.
And the warrior princess had invited the warrior fairy over to her hut. She was a very simple princess, and she lived in a hut. And she said to the warrior fairy,
This is my hut. Over there, I have a blender. And right there, I have some cabinets. And right there, I have a bed. And right there, I have, Okay. Right here, I've got mangoes. What's that again? What's it called? I'm a princess. I should know this. Yes, you're so smart. And that's a pineapple. I am going to make what means the tired one. Awake! The dead man. Alive! I am making pina coladas. Without the alcohol.
the warrior fairy thanked her.
Thank you for taking my word here. It's very putty and nice.
The warrior princess asked how things were at the fairy's home.
So, how are things at your home? Not
Yeah, so she was having a hard time. And as they talked about their problems, the warrior princess explained to the fairy that she had been having a really hard time. She didn't know what to do with herself. She was so bored.
Well, you see, I mean, you might think living on a tropical island is amazing, but no, it's actually not very fun. I'm a guardian. That's why I'm called the warrior princess. I'm guardian of the crystal in the temple that keeps light on all Earth and the force field to block out any badness in the dark side. And so I pretty much don't know what to do since it lasts for 10 years, or it can last up to 15, but it gets really like rotted by 10 years. And so, you know, I just don't know what to do, because I think it's been 5 or something like that, it doesn't matter. And, you know.
Just as the princess was about to lose all self-worth, in came the macaw and the dragon. And the macaw said,
Zombie, under force field, taking crystal, force field, gonna break.
Okay,
And-
slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
And the warrior princess and the fairy asked,
What?
and the dragon explained.
I speak distress macaw sometimes. She is saying the zombie's digging under the force field, trying to break the crystal, and she doesn't exactly like it.
No, I don't. I don't like it one bit.
No, the warrior princess was distressed herself, she said.
Well, oh, B. You mean, oh, so I said it was 5 years. It's 10? Oh, great. This is not good.
Well, the fairy princess knew what they should do. She said,
Well, we should go to the temple to wake up the werebear.
you see, a werebear is an ultimate weapon. The warrior princess explained his role.
A werebear is sort of like the Indian version of a werewolf. And you see, he guards the crystal and makes sure that no evil can get past him. It's like the fifth element. It's incredible. And don't worry, he'll fuss with all those evil guys' feathers.
Good.
It'll all be awesome because he is awesome. His claws are like this sharp.
Well, he sounded like he would be a lot of help. But the dragon knew they had to get the bad guys and capture them, so she suggested,
You think he's the only thing who can get him, but look at me. I'm a dragon. Come on. And also, I was born and raised at that cemetery. I know that place inside out. I can lead them to the crystal.
which was perfect, because then they could destroy them with the werebear. So they said their goodbyes, and away they went. Say goodbye. Love you. All right. And away they went. Go, 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 quick, before you see the werebear. Okay. All right.
What if it rips out my feathers? What if it ruffles my feathers terribly? What if it eats me? What if it swallows me whole? What if it plucks out my feathers? What if it pulls my tail? What if it breaks my wings? What if it eats me whole? Wait, did I already say, what if the worst that could happen? Guys,
She was a bit of a worrier. Just then, in the temple, the beautiful, white, pure werebear was frozen in stone as he had been for many years. And soon, in came the warrior princess, the warrior fairy, and the macaw in her usual state of distress. The warrior princess explained.
Careful with the heels.
Sorry. Alright, she explained.
This is the werebear. There's not much more to explain.
The macaw was nervous. She said,
are you sure we can trust that thing? I mean, we've been cased in stone for so many years. What if it's turned against us by now, huh?
the fairy told her to calm down.
Okay, calm down. First of all, he can turn him back to stone if he is evil, and also he makes delicious ice cream.
So he could definitely be trusted. So all they had to do now was
Let's summon him. All right. We practice this. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Werebear of good, defeat the evil. Help us save the people. Werebear of good, defeat the evil. Help us make ice cream the flavor of General's Beagle.
And just then, the werebear began to shake, and he was released from his rocky tomb. He yawned, and he stretched, and he asked,
Why'd you wake me up? Is there a battle? Or...
You know, evil digging under force. I really need to think this through. Okay, there is a zombie digging under the force field, and he's trying to get on the other side. Yet apparently the general's trying to make this ultimate weapon, but the force field is pretty much about to shatter, and they want the crystal to blow it up, to blow up the sun, and extinguish all light in the universe.
oh no. Okay, just then, you guys, I'm in such big trouble. I forgot something. You know what I forgot? So, flashback. Go ahead, go. Meanwhile, flashback about half an hour. Alright, meanwhile, on a pirate ship, in the middle of the ocean, there was the...
Zombie pirate.
and his brother and best friend,
Goes with the flash.
and they were on an important mission to...
To an island to get some treasure.
But just as they were driving along in their ship, the ghost of the Flash saw something very troubling. He said,
This is
oh, and the pirate asked.
what?
The Flash explained.
I think there's trouble on an island.
He explained what he saw. What do you see over the island? What is it? As soon as the pirate heard that, he knew exactly what it was, and he said,
It's like ghost generally.
and he explained he couldn't stand that guy. He said,
I can't stand that guy. He's so bossy and the soda too, and the ghost puppy eat my parrot.
he was furious. So he knew exactly what they needed to do. He said,
Let's go to the island.
and he knew who they were going to help.
Warrior princess.
Excellent. The ghost of the Flash said,
And warrior princess.
yes. And away they went. Go. Okay. All right. Flash forward. Flash forward. Go back to where you were. Sorry guys. My bad. All right. Here we go. All right. Back in. Not back, guys. Just back. Here we go. Okay. Cool. All right. Flash forward. Okay. All right. So the werebear told everybody what they could do to defeat the bad guys. He said,
What if we lure them into the jungle, and then we hide while they're coming in, and then we can attack them when they come in?
Yes, that was our plan.
great.
We really need to think of better plans.
And the warrior princess said she knew what she could do to defeat the bad guys. She said she would use...
I can use my dagger, which is falling apart. And also, I can use my crystal, the power of it. Because I'm the guardian, it allows me to use its power against evil.
Excellent. The fairy explained what she would use to defeat the bad guys.
Well, I always have the sword that King Arthur gave me.
And then the macaw said she would use...
Well, I guess my talons are decently sharp, or I could use your beak. I really don't want to mess it up. You see, it took months to get it in this perfect shape, you know?
It's hard to keep up a beak. And then the werebear described what he would do.
I would use roar power, and claw, and speed, and crystal power, and...
That's basically it. And he would defeat the bad guys. But he could sense someone was coming.
And also since...
And so he told everyone,
I...
go. So wait a minute.
Excuse me,
Wait,
breaking fourth wall.
And just then, supernatural creatures entered, but it was not the bad guys. It was and his brother and best friend.
Zombie pirate.
But they were in shock. There was nothing in the temple. The pirate said.
Where's the warrior princess?
And the Flash said.
Where's the warrior fairy?
They didn't know where anything was. And they saw that the werebear was missing. They said.
I see nothing but crumbled limestone.
They knew something was up. Just then, from their vantage point, our heroes couldn't see very much. And the werebear called out.
Attack!
And an epic battle was about to begin. Swords were drawn when all of a sudden, the pirate said.
Warrior princess?
And the princess said.
Pirate?
And everyone put down their weapons.
Okay, put down your weapons. They're good.
And so, the princess asked the pirate.
What the heck are you doing here? We saw the clouds over the island.
So, the pirate explained.
We saw the...
You were right. You saw
We
that.
saw the clouds over the island, and we knew it was the force field was breaking, and the bad guys were about to come after us.
And so the Flash said.
And we were going to an island to find fairy prince.
But they decided to come here instead. So, the werebear told them.
Hey, come on, and we'll hide.
Good. And so, they got in their hiding places.
Once again,
And
break
just-
the fourth wall.
We need to hide.
But just then, a howling could be heard. It had to be an Ebo Beagle and his best friend the werewolf. And in came the dragon, leading the bad guys to just where she wanted them. She said,
You go with you.
You guys, come on.
and when they got in, the Beagle said, she was there last. Okay, just then the Beagle said,
that corner.
oh, she was on the scent. But the werewolf, he didn't even listen because he saw right in front of him what he had wanted for so long. It was the crystal. And, yes. And so he stepped towards it. He picked it up and he said exactly what he wanted to do with it.
Let's destroy it and extinguish all light for
Not
forever. Wait a minute, I have my weapon with me. Okay, he's here.
And so he pulled out his missile and he told the werewolf to lay the crystal down.
Lay the crystal down right now.
And just before he was going to extinguish all light in the universe, the werebear called out.
Attack!
And this time they were right. They went to their places of battle. Swords were drawn. And before you knew it, an epic battle ensued.
Slice. Slice. Slice.
And freeze! And in the midst of the epic battle, the Flash saw his moment. He ran as fast as he could in hyper speed. So fast that everyone else looked like they were still. He picked up the magic crystal, but just as he was about to save the day, he tripped and the crystal went flying. Everyone watched and said, freeze! But just then, the macaw flapped her wings valiantly and she lifted into the air. She flew up. She caught the magic crystal in her wings as she flew for the very first time.
I'm hiding!
And then she threw the crystal to the werebear. He caught it and he activated the ultimate weapon. And as he did, light shot out from the crystal and the bad guys were sucked away.
Oh,
They
no.
screamed. Oh, the good guys caught their breath. On an just catch your breath on it. And over here, babe. Woo, they caught their breath. And the princess thanked everyone for their help. She said,
Thank you, Macaw. If you hadn't flied, then that crystal would have been toast.
the macaw was so proud of her flight, she said.
Okay, can I go to the clouds now, please? Or should I wait? I think I should wait. My wings are tired.
Then the princess thanked.
Well, thank you, Dragon. If it weren't for you, then we wouldn't have known about the Zoni or anything. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Ghost. Thank you, Ghost Pirate, Zoni Pirate, and thank you, Ghost of the Flash. If it weren't for you guys, I mean, if she hadn't come, then you guys, well, even though we already knew, it was an honor to be able to have you to fight with us. Werebear, you pretty much activated the crystal. You are the fifth element. And Warrior Fairy, thanks for being such a great friend to me. I mean, boy.
Just then, the warrior fairy asked,
Well, they're gone. What do we do now? Well, I have an idea. I know what you're talking about.
Oh dear.
I am licking my lips thinking about it.
I got some pineapples and some coconuts and some mangoes back home.
So she said what she was going to do with them.
I'm